So if cleanliness was next to godliness, my grandmother, my Nana, was the angel of Ajax. Her house was spotless, and so was she. Her clothes were bleached and pressed and starched. Her nails were manicured every week, and there was not one hair out of place in her beehive hairstyle. And she expected the same of her granddaughters. She wanted us to be immaculate and pure as the driven snow, but not that yellow snow from the neighborhood's dog. And when we heard that Nana was coming to visit, my sister and I would scurry to our rooms to tidy up because Nana had her annual inspection of our rooms. She would don a white glove and extend her index finger with all the enthusiasm of a sadistic proctologist. And then she would swipe that finger along our furniture and our windowsills. And if we, by some miracle, passed that first test, then we'd go to level 2, where she would inspect for dirt under our fingernails. And if we passed that, level 3 was scrutinizing behind our ears. Always wash behind your ears, Nana would bark in her Pittsburgh accent. She was like a General Patton of personal hygiene. And so my sister and I were always trying to live up to these standards, and if we passed all these tests, we would get a chocolate bar. So one year, when I was, I think, about 7, my Nana offered to take my sister and me for the weekend so my parents could get away for their anniversary. So my sister and I packed our freshest ironed clothes, and we put them in our suitcase, and we went to Nana and Pop-Pop's house in the cleanest place on earth, New Jersey. And Nana had failed to tell Pop-Pop that she was going to be leaving him alone with us while she went for her weekly trip to the beauty parlor, because those beehive hairdos didn't style themselves, They took a combination of a teasing comb and Aquanet and beauty parlor gossip. So she left for the beauty parlor, and he went into a panic because he had never been left alone with 2 little girls. And there we were, wearing our little white eyelet outfits, kind of like my dress today. And my grandfather got an idea. It was like a moment of self-preservation. He yanked open my grandmother's silverware drawer, pulled out 2 soup spoons, and then marched us out into the backyard. And he plunked my sister down under a birch tree and me under an oak tree. And then he said, "If you dig long enough with these spoons, you'll get birch beer and you'll get root beer." It's like buried treasure in Nana's yard. So my sister and I, who were not allowed to drink soda, start digging like some prairie dogs hyped up on espresso, and dirt is just flying everywhere. And meanwhile, Pop-Up just saunters back to the house, cracks open a cold one, a beer, not a birch beer, sits down, enjoys the ball game in peace. And my sister and I are digging and digging and digging and digging. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to mine for soda using your Nana's soup spoons, but I'm here to tell you it's hard work. So we had to stop every now and then to straighten the spoons, swat at a mosquito, wipe the sweat off our brow. But we knew at any minute a geyser of soda was going to come up, right? We'd seen the opening credits of the Beverly Hillbillies, where up from the ground came a bubbling crude, right? Oil, that is. Black gold, Texas tea. So if Texas had tea, why wouldn't New Jersey have root beer? So we're digging and we're digging and we're digging. We look like a couple of coal miners, wielding spoons instead of pickaxes. And everything was going great until we heard the words, "What in tarnation?" And we felt a Nana-shaped shadow of doom cast over us, and looked up and we saw her standing like I'm standing now, hands on her hips, and her face was so red and so angry that it matched her recently polished fingernails. And my sister and I were looking at each other like, if cleanliness is next to godliness, we're spending eternity in purgatory washing behind our ears. And I looked up, I heard the screen door slam, and out came my Pop-Up, grinning ear to ear. And there's my Nana, furious, and if there could have been a thought bubble over her head, it would have said he had one job. One job. As she's calculating the bleach to water ratio she's going to need to get us clean. But my papa comes out of the house holding 2 ice-cold bottles of soda, a birch beer for my sister, and an A&W root beer for me. And we didn't score any points with Nana that day. There were no chocolate bars from Nana that day. But that was the day we nominated my pop-up for the Grandfather Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Give it up for Karen.